This week we learned that Pokemon fans need to chill the hell out. Trust me, you don't want to be crushed to death hunting a rare Charizard. Hey there, my name is Cyril.
And I'm Lorne.
And that was just one of the things that we learned this week. Here are 10 more. Hey, have you ever wondered what the Revenant enemies in Doom 2 are wearing on their skeletal legs? Well, now we know, thanks to a Twitter user that goes by the Professional Pathfinder GM. This week we learned that the Revenant is actually wearing pants made out of flesh, or as John Romero puts it, flants. Ugh. Well, that's cool and all, but it still doesn't answer the real burning question. Where's he keeping all those homing missiles?
This week, I learned that if Neo really is making a comeback in The Matrix 4, maybe he should be taking notes on bullet time from the undisputed master of the art. For the first time ever officially recorded, the equally mysteriously named Unnamed beat Grand Theft Auto 5 without taking any hits or even any damage. Now, don't get too excited. It took 48 attempts to finally crack the run, but I, for one, really only have one reaction to the feat. Whoa. Sonic has officially lost the plot, and I mean that very literally, because this week we learnt that the synopsis to the sequel of last year's smash hit movie has been leaked and noticed by Twitter users as a result of a copyright listing. No spoilers here, so don't worry, but let's just say two things. Number one, don't be surprised if the movie nabs an Oscar nomination this year. And number two, I am sort of joking, but kind of not, because let's remember last year's movie was the 6th highest grossing film of 2020, and who the hell saw that coming?
Apparently, this was a big week for our favorite blue characters, because this week we learned that Retrobit Publishing will be releasing a limited edition version of Mega Man: The Wily Wars on the Genesis later this year. For those not in the know, this was the rare 16-bit Mega Man game that never got a proper release over here in the United States. The only way you could play it in the mid-90s was to subscribe to the short-lived Sega Channel. A quarter century later, and now you'll finally be able to own a physical version of the classic game. But you better hurry, because if it's anything like the rest of Retrobit's limited edition releases, then they'll immediately sell out and you'll be stuck paying eBay prices. Hell, you might already be out of luck, I don't know. Just in case, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the pre-order link in the description box.
Oh my god, 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 TimeSplitters is getting a new installment, folks! This is not a drill! That's right, this week we learnt that Free Radical is reforming to make a new game in the franchise after 15 long years. Deep Silver announced this week that a number of key original members of Free Radical Design have joined together to reform the studio under the same name, including founders Steve Ellis and David Doak. The details are thin on the ground right now, but who the hell isn't down for yet more balls to the walls, friendly firing, time-splitting, deathmatch multiplayer action? Are you excited for your PlayStation 5 delivery arriving soon? Well, do us here at Defunct Games a solid, would you? And check your package when it arrives, because this week we learnt that a lady from Japan has been arrested for fraud after allegedly sending customers 2 bottles of water instead of the highly coveted console for the low price of $596. She later claimed, "I shipped the packages, but I don't remember what was in them," which isn't great as far as excuses go, but then again, it's no worse than Google's PR department claiming the Stadia is alive and well last week.
Speaking of giant scams, this week we learned that Nintendo plans on selling you, yes you, the ability to fast travel in their upcoming port of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. It seems that Switch owners are going to have to fork over $25 for a brand new amiibo if they plan on quick traveling between the surface world and the sky. Yeah, that's not cool. I don't think it's a controversial thing to say that cheat codes are supposed to be free. Ugh. How much you want to bet there's a person working overtime right now trying to figure out how to turn the Konami code into a non-fungible token? Yeah, I hate this stupid timeline.
This week we learnt that people really want to see the faces of characters in games who wear masks, as after years of controversy, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition has amended an image of series favourite, the Quarian Talia Zora Bass Normandy. That's right, full name punks! To show an original portrayal of the character as opposed to the random image from Google BioWare photoshopped in the original game, available to those who romance the character. For the record, getting excited about what someone looks like under a mask never ends well. Just ask fans of Star Wars. That's what Darth Vader and Kylo Ren look like? Put the damn masks back on! It seems that the internet, that thing that goes on forever and shelters all your shame, has finally been fully charted. Or at least one might think so, as Microsoft has finally decided that it has no need of an Explorer anymore. This week, we learnt that after a quarter of a century, Microsoft's Internet Explorer web browser will be finally retired in 2022. I, for one, will miss the little guy. That little blue E led to some great times for me, and some even better games. And of course, a whole lot of non-incriminating websites with nothing but puppies and Bibles.
And finally, on the topic of things Microsoft abandoned a long time ago, this week we learned that a developer hid a really boring Easter egg in the original Xbox that nobody found. All you need to do is copy a CD to the Xbox hard drive and then replace the soundtrack title with Timmy with 26 Ys and an exclamation point at the end. After the disk copies to the drive, you'll be able to go into the settings and check the system info, which is where you'll be able to go into a new screen featuring the names of the Xbox dashboard team. Yep, that's it. Okay, so I think we need a new rule for this. If you're gonna wait 20 years to reveal a long hidden Easter egg, then you need to come up with something better than a stupid credit screen. That's the part that everybody skips, so the prospect of jumping through a bunch of hoops in order to see a bunch of names is crazy talk. Well, look on the bright side. At least this didn't happen on a Nintendo console. They would have made you buy a $25 statue to access the credits. Yeah, I'll be here all week. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of 10 Things We Learned This Week. If you liked what you saw here, then you should know that we learn something new every week, so tune in next Sunday for another fun episode. Now, here's the question I have for you. What did you learn this week? Is it something that we missed, or maybe something completely unrelated? I can't wait to see your comments below. In other news, we'll be back later this week with a review of the new Monster World 4 remake, as well as a related Game Over episode. Gee, I wonder what that could be about. I guess you'll just have to find out this week. In the meantime, I strongly recommend you click that subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then,